Good evening and welcome back to Edgier Than Thou. Brittany Griner was released and that's a good thing, right? Right? So today or yesterday or whenever this video goes out, the Biden administration made the decision to exchange a high-value prisoner for a WNBA player who's locked up in Russia on ludicrous drug-related charges. This decision was upsetting to many because it left behind many other American prisoners who've been detained in Russia for, again, silly reasons. Although according to the Biden administration, this was the only option they had. They could either make this exchange and get one of our prisoners back or make no exchange. Whether or not that's true, I have no interest in litigating today. This video will also not be about the logistics of this particular trade, whether or not it was a good idea to give up the prisoner we gave up, or really any other major foreign policy impacts that this decision might have in the future. The purpose of this video is to laser focus on one specific piece of conservative rhetoric centered around Griner's release. If you see people in the comment section of this video making complaints about positions that I did not in any way express in this video without checking with me first to make sure that I believe them, you'll know that they just didn't watch the video. The thing I want to focus on in this video is some of the reasons that conservative figures have given as to why they disagree with the Griner decision. Such figures include Benny Johnson, Matt Walsh, former President Donald Trump, among others I'll probably put more on screen right now. So what is it that these people have said that's got me all worked up like this? I think this quote about sums it up. Biden gave up a Russian arms dealer in exchange for an anti-American WNBA player while leaving U.S. Marine Paul Whelan to rot in Russian prison. This is an abomination. Our country is run by incompetent scumbags. Anti-American. Now, the reason people are claiming this is because Brittany Griner has a history of kneeling for the national anthem in protest of police brutality, a decision which I genuinely can't fathom people considering to be anti-American. But I digress. Regardless, I cannot think of a more anti-American position to hold than the position that a person's detention status should in any way rest on their speech, on their opinions, or their decision to stand or kneel during the national anthem. Once this country's founding fathers got over the fact that we were celebrating the release of a black celebrity, they would spit in your faces. The fact that these people believe that this woman's freedom should be in any way contingent upon her opinions or her speech runs counter to everything they have ever claimed to believe about this country. Make no mistake. If this were the year 1770, these would be the people complaining that those uppity Yankees need to get over themselves and stop attempting to incite revolution against the crown. I mean, they probably wouldn't be using the word Yankee, because as far as I can tell, that only became a derogatory term for American revolutionaries in 1775, but you get my point. Anyone who claims to be a champion of free speech and opposes this decision on the grounds of Griner's opinions should be ashamed of themselves. If you're upset that Whelan wasn't released, if you're afraid of what this Russian arms dealer that we released might do now that he's out, I understand, and we can have that conversation, but this is shameful. The media I consumed growing up, and the general culture of the area I grew up in, always told me that the conservatives, that the Republicans were in favor of freedom while the Democrats wanted to take it away. Yet at every turn, I see far-right, now mainstream figures advocating for the abolition of serious, real freedoms, spitting in the very face of free speech, claiming to support the Second Amendment while also claiming that the mere prospect that you might have a gun is grounds for the police to extrajudicially execute you. When they say they're fighting for your freedoms, they're fighting for an aesthetic, because they want to distract you from all of the real freedoms that they actually want to take away from you. I think I'll close it off there. I told myself I was going to try and keep this focused on just the one issue, even though I have so much more to say. If you found this interesting or in any way valuable, I implore you to stick around, mostly because it benefits me when you press the red button. I get like the dopamine hit, and I don't know, I'm told that one day I might even get money out of it, who knows? And like this video and all that. And yeah, if you have any problems with what I said, like, feel free to criticize them. Just, like, actually respond to things I said in this video, and not things that you think I think. See you in the next one. The John Oliver PragerU video should be out in just, like, 2 days here, so have fun with that.